And welcome back, everyone, to another video. This is my review of the 2018 fan film, Never Hike Alone. It is a Friday the 13th fan film, and I'm very late to reviewing this particular film because I did my review for the sequel after it was released, shortly after it came out, and I liked the first film. I saw it when it came out as well on YouTube, but at the time I wasn't doing film reviews for theatrical studio films or independent fan films on YouTube. But I was a backer on the Indiegogo campaign for Never Hike Alone 2, and I'm very thrilled with how the sequel looks. It was a great follow-up to the first film, which was the first film, the original version, very simplistic. It was a Friday the 13th fan film. We followed one character throughout most of the film. Occasionally we would see Jason pop up. Eventually we get to the camp. And then after a while, the character that we've been following, which is a outdoorsman, he's one of those outdoorsy YouTuber vloggers who vlogs his life in the woods and his treks through the woods and whatnot. And he is attacked by Jason. Jason goes after him. He gets wounded by Jason, and eventually by the end he is found by paramedics. And one of the paramedics is Tommy Jarvis, the Tommy Jarvis from Part 6, Tom Matthews, who has not played the character since Part 6. And as we all know, Tommy Jarvis first appeared in the franchise in Part 4, played by Corey Feldman, young Corey Feldman. Then came back in Part 5 as both Corey Feldman in the opening scene and another actor whose name escapes me for the majority of the rest of the other film, of the fifth film. Although Tom Matthews, Part 6 Tommy, is really the more iconic version of the character. He's the one you see in the video game. He is the one that most people will identify as Tommy Jarvis. And I think it's because Part 6 is such a classic film, has a cult following in the franchise. It's one of those types of films. And he's also personally no hate towards Corey Feldman or the other actor who played Tommy in the fifth film. I really like Tom Matthews' portrayal of the character. I like the character in Part 6, and I wish they had kept him going further into the franchise. But, it's Hollywood and things happen. But seeing the surprise of him and seeing him in Never Hike Alone at the end was a big surprise. Seeing this older Tommy Jarvis, who we haven't seen since Part 6. And now he's a paramedic. And Jason tries to go after him very briefly. He gets away with the guy in the back of the ambulance, and they set off into the sunset. Happy ending with Jason in pursuit. Slow pursuit, but pursuit nonetheless. And the sequel, he does all that as well. But the point of this review is because I want to talk about the Never Hike Alone, the Ghost Cut Blu-ray that I got as being a backer for the sequel, Never Hike Alone 2. This was one of the perks that I got for being a backer, was I got a Blu-ray of the Ghost Cut, which is the extended version of the first film of Never Hike Alone. And this is listed as an anthology because because there's three things in this that make it the extended cut. It is the music video called Disappear, which is a Friday the 13th fan music video based on Never Hike Alone. There is the prequel, Never Hike in the Snow, which also features Tommy Jarvis. And for the first time ever seeing Jason in the snow. And it's about a half an hour long, and that by itself is a great little fan film. It's a great prequel. I really enjoyed it when it came out. And of course, it features the original Never Hike Alone. This brings it to about 83 minutes long versus the 58, I think it is, minutes that Never Hike Alone is. And I really wanted this because I like having extensions of films, and this being three things all in one, making it the extended version. I really like that. And again, yes, it is a Blu-ray. It is a disc. And it also comes with a little autograph thank you note from the director, Vincent DeSanti, of Never Hike Alone, Never Hike in the Snow, and Never Hike Alone 2, among many other short films that they do on their channel, Womp Stomp Films. If you don't know who they are, if you've never seen any of their work, I highly recommend it. They are great. They have great actors and they have great writing team. And Vincent DeSanti is a magnificent director. And his little thank you note saying thank you for backing this project. We hope you enjoy this very limited edition Blu-ray of Never Hike Alone, the Ghost Cut, and his little autograph, which I really appreciate. I didn't expect to have an autograph thank you note in this, but I really do appreciate it, and I can't wait to watch this because even though we live in the digital world now, I still enjoy having physical media. I love having something that I can just pick up and hold, like books, DVDs, Blu-rays, records, because I have a record player right there. I still have VHS tapes because would argue that I'm a first generation Gen Z where VHS was still out, but it was on the end of being phased out by just DVDs. But I still have physical video games, even though I also having their digital counterparts on the PS5. As much as I have digital media and streaming services, I still enjoy having physical media that I can pick up and hold and put in and watch. Especially when the Wi-Fi is out and I can't stream anything, I can still watch whatever I want. And that's why it's also still good to have physical media, especially books. If there's no power, books are your best friend. But Never Hike Alone was a 2018 Friday the 13th fan film by Womp Stomp Films, directed by Vincent DeSanti. And it really paid great tribute to the Friday the 13th franchise. And besides the 2017 video game, which will be closing its online servers permanently this December, which is a sad thing because it was a really good game. I still play it. The Never Hike Alone series has been really the only major Friday the 13th media that we've gotten over in the last decade. Not counting the numerous Friday the 13th fan films that are out there, like Jason Rising, which I think is the name of it, brings back Adrian. Forget her, Adrian King, Alice from Part 1. Part 1 and briefly Part 2, she returns in that fan film, having survived her supposed death in Part 2. And I mean, there are a plethora of fan films for Friday the 13th, among other horror franchises, but Never Hike Alone really got the most media attention, and there's no confusion as to why. I mean, the films are fantastic quality; they're high quality fan films. They are well written and well acted. I mean, Never Hike in the Snow features Vinny Gustaferio. I think that's his last name. I may be butchering that, but I'm bad with pronunciations on certain names. But if you don't know him, he was the deputy sheriff in Part 6, the one with the little laser on his pistol. Where the red dot goes, you bang. He's in Never Hike in the Snow. He's in Never Hike Alone 2. He comes back from Part 6. And even though he's kind of sort of a minor supporting character in Part 6, I think it's what you would consider him, but he's a great character in Part 6. He's funny. He's cringy, but he's funny. And it's great to see him back in these two films. That's how much they care about this franchise. That they actually got some actors from one of the films to come and be in their little series. And that's how much care and hard work they put into these films. They raised high budgets, and it was supported by fans for fans. And that's how you want these projects to be, is supported by fans for fans. And not one thing was missed. Not one beat was skipped. I still watch them on YouTube. And now I also have a physical version to watch as well if I want to. And I might just do that once I get done filming this video. And again, I'll say, if you have not seen the original Never Hike Alone, I highly recommend that you do. I think you will love it. If you're a fan of Friday the 13th or just a fan of independent little short films, I think you would love it. And then again, while you're there, watch Never Hike in the Snow, the prequel, then Never Hike Alone 2, watch the Ghost Cut, watch the music video, watch all their other work, because they have so many things on their channel that I think you would enjoy, because I know I do. I watch all their content multiple times. So that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this. I will link their channel and the links for Never Hike Alone down below. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.